But
Yeah.
we're not. Yeah, but we're not talking about the K League. We're talking about the Club World Cup. What have been your initial sort of thoughts on what we've seen so far in the Club World Cup?
Okay, so I don't want to go down. I am very concerned about going down that European centric route of why have we got this? It's a waste of time. I'm very concerned about doing that. And I want to be supportive because I do like seeing these clubs we don't get to see play against each other and that. But I have still swung back and gone, why are we wasting our time with it? Because it's not so much. It's not all the end of the season stuff and that. It's 32 teams. I'm not a fan of that many teams. And two, the actual previous format wasn't that bad. You've got the Champions League winners from all the different regions within 7 months of winning the Champions League in their respective nations. So it's actually those teams still relatively in form, all playing each other. I thought that was a decent competition. I mean, many people thought that was a waste of time, and that's why we've got this monstrosity at the moment. But we've got 32 teams.
Say
Sorry,
how you really feel, Matthew. Say how you really feel.
Sorry, but now we've got 32 teams, and Ulsan didn't do well in the Club World Cup the first time round a couple of years ago, and now we're going to watch them in this. And it feels like for a Man City fan, it's like, well, we've won this. Why are we doing it again? But at the same time, it's just like none of these teams are at their best, and Ulsan case in point. Like, Ulsan won the Champions League, and they were one of the best teams in K-League in 2020, and I feel like they probably could have done, that 2020 team could have done a good job. But we are so many years removed from that Champions League win. It's a completely different Ulsan team, and yet they're here representing when I feel like they shouldn't. And so it's not me trying to be all Euro snobbery and that. I very much like these clashes. I think it's great, but I just actually think the old competition was great, and it just needed a bit more love and a bit more promotion. But obviously that's not what Infantino thinks.
No. Today I feel like making a mess of a competition that was already perfectly all right. But I think it's easy to be cynical about FIFA and things that they do. So I wasn't really at all bothered or really that interested in the competition. And then suddenly in the week leading up to it, it kind of dawned on me, like, oh, goodness me, this is actually quite a big deal. That Ulsan are involved in this sort of momentous occasion. And it might be fun once every 4 years. Maybe this first one, I don't know. Maybe the first one will be able to iron out some of the issues. The heat, obviously, it's been a really bad issue. I can't remember the player's name, but a player from Atletico Madrid was saying that it was just he couldn't even breathe. So that's obviously one thing. Some things that I think need to go, they need to go, and some things that I think they need to keep and bring into other leagues and competitions. The individual player entrances. Would you?
Yeah.
Would you? What's all that about? Is this wrestling?
No, please. That's one to go. That's one to go. We playing keep or go. That's gone. Right. We're going to fix the Club World Cup right now. we're only a week in, less than a week in, but let's fix it. That's
Get
gone.
rid of that.
Yeah.
What, you're gonna say like how much the player weighs and what his hometown is. Build from Ulsan in whatever. Okay, what about RefCam?
I'm nonplussed about that. Is it? I think it's all right. You can. I can give it or take. Give it to the end of the tournament. Let's see how that one plays out.
Fair enough. I quite like RefCam. Refs are mic'd up as well, which we will see in K-League soon. So
So the refs in the mic, actually, I am for, and that's not just because I want to hear what they're saying, but I think there's more to it than that. I think, for so long we have like just VAR pending on a big screen and stuff. We can't show the replays and things like this, and you sometimes get arguments saying, well, you can't have it because the fans were getting a bit of an uproar. But I also believe that if you treat the fans like they're going to be savage, then you're going to get fans that get disgruntled. I think you can treat people like adults and just say, well, we're going to have the rest mic'd up and we're just going to say what happened. And I think that's quite good, to be honest. And yeah, I'm for that, I think, at the moment. Probably let's see how it goes in a month.
Yep. Best game so far that you've been able to see. Obviously, the time difference is not ideal for
No.
us. It's very early morning for a lot of the games. But what's been the best game that you've seen
Oh,
so far?
Bayern Munich 10. I mean, that was just a horrible mismatch of, yeah. It's been a bit difficult, really. I don't think there has been that many standout games that I've been able to watch. So I'm going to be a bit boring as a Man City, but
Man
that's
City.
only purely just for loyalties. I tried tuning into the Ulsan game, and we're going to talk about it. But I tried. I've tried watching the highlights 3 times, and I'm still trying to remember what happened. But
well, I honestly, I would say Boca Juniors 2, Benfica 2. There was
oh
two
yeah,
red cards in this one each, and Boca were 2-0 up, and then they ended up drawing 2-2. So that was
Mhm.
a really great game of the sort of two football powerhouses from different continents, two sets of sort of raucous supporters, and yeah, it was just great to see two giants like that going
Yeah.
head to head and stuff like that.